Jim Shuttler, fly fishing instructor, and I am here to share my passion with you. I will be demonstrating the tactics it takes for you to become a much better fly angler. Most importantly, in these techniques, we will be talking about probably trout anglers' favorite way of fishing, dry fly fishing, along with nymph fishing, wet fly fishing, and some streamer fishing. In many cases, the fish are not taking the adult insect, they're only taking the insect that's just barely underneath the surface. They're lazy, they're eating the emergers, they don't need to come to the surface. In the case of the fish that are not taking your dry fly, that's a great time for you to pull out your stream seine the river, see if you can find the emerging insect, duplicate him with the size, shape, and color, and then try and present the emerger. Chances of catching the fish are much higher. If you come to the river and you look around and you don't see anything moving, anything flying, and you're wondering what to do to begin your fishing, it's always a good bet, again, to take out your stream seine and seine the water for a while, see if you can find some insects in the water column. The real differences between a novice angler and a pro angler isn't that the novice angler will never become a pro. The only way he can become a pro is if he really applies himself and learns all the techniques in fly fishing. I've fished for trout in a lot of places in this world. I've been to Alaska, I've fished the West, I've fished the East, I've fished New Zealand, North and South Islands in pursuit of trout. Each fly fishing experience for trout is different. Some areas, the tactics you use in your hometown or your home river of no value to you when you're on the Rangitikei River in the North Island in New Zealand. One thing that you have to remind yourself constantly as a trout angler is you got to be ready to be humbled by the fish. You're going to have many days where you can't catch the fish. That should inspire you to learn more tactics, learn more information about the insects, about the rivers, until you get to the point where you can catch the fish, because they're only doing two things there, swimming and eating. As time goes by and you spend more time on the water and get more experience, you'll gain one of the most important things about fly fishing for trout, or any fish basically, and that's confidence. When you have confidence in yourself, when you make the approach on the rivers, you know you got the right tackle, the right equipment for the job, the right leaders, the right flies, and you know how to approach, and you got a much better chance on getting yourself in that 10%. One of the most interesting things about being a fly angler for trout is the fact that when you finish your day on the river, whether you were successful or whether you couldn't catch the fishing doesn't end. The fishing doesn't end until you go to sleep that night if you're really passionate about this sport, because you wonder why you couldn't catch them or wonder why the other anglers were catching them. That presents a challenge to you. You have to accept the challenge if you're going to become a good trout angler. My basic theory on the pursuit of trout is trying to fool a fish with an artificial that's supposed to represent his food. But us humans, we just call them flies. In this sport, trying to fool fish with an artificial fly that is a reasonable facsimile is the essence of what we're trying to accomplish in trout fishing. There's also the case of, gee, I'm at the river, I've got the right fly, I see what the trout are eating, but darn, I can't catch them. That is going to go right into your casting and